The number 7 spot goes to Ode on a Grecian Urn by John Keats from 1820. Now, Keats's other best poems are Ode to a Nightingale and To Autumn. Both of those are extraordinary poems, but alas, for me, Grecian Urn wins by a slight edge. Keats was born in 1795 in London and died from tuberculosis at the young age of 25. The remarkable thing about Keats is that he didn't receive much formal education, a testament for genius as being innate and often solitary. Apparently, he wrote all of his great odes in the same year of 1819. In Grecian Urn, Keats writes in 5 stanzas of 10 lines each, or dizaines. The rhyme scheme for each is generally the same, with some slight variation in the last 3 lines. The first stanza ends with a series of questions that remind me of Blake's poem, Tiger, Tiger. What men or gods are these? What mad pursuit? What struggle to escape? The poet recognizes that the figures painted on this urn are frozen in time, and he wants to know who they are, because there's almost a kind of jealousy that they get to experience life outside of the flux of time. Heraclitus is quoted as saying, "Everything is flux," and that constant change means we don't get to hold on to anything. There's no permanency, or as another saying goes, this too shall pass. But painted on this urn, this still unravished bride gets to experience the wild ecstasy of the almost. The second stanza begins with, "Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter." And I see an obvious connection to Dickinson's "Success is counted sweetest by those who never succeed." Kierkegaard also wrote about this idea that the anticipation of a thing exceeds the experience of the thing itself, precisely because it exists outside of time. In the imagination, experience is infinite. Once the experience has been had, it collapses into a single entity. I think Keats is playing with this idea of anticipation and recognizes that it also comes with pain, the unity of opposites. And so he says, "Bold lover, never, never canst thou kiss." So it's a trade-off. The man on the urn is, as we say, so close, yet so far away. The next stanza catapults us back into a place of ecstatic highs. Happy is used 6 times, and the phrase forever 5 times. Forever warm and still to be enjoyed, forever panting and forever young. I wonder if Bob Dylan and Alphaville both borrowed from Keats. In the final stanza, we return back to reality, a cold pastoral. And the poet recognizes this material object for what it is. There are no more questions. It's as if we have dipped in and out of a dream with Keats. The poem ends by saying that this urn will outlast us as humans who come and go. However, this eternal flux and ever-changing transient existence is the only bedrock upon which we can lay. And it's what makes the human experience so beautiful. Beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all ye know on earth, and all ye need to know.